1. The quiet power of being their older Sigma males have a kind of strength that doesn't need to be loud to be noticed. They don't strive to grab attention by fighting or looking good. They don't need to say anything to make people feel their power. They don't plan to be calm and distant. It's just how they live their life. They have been through years of pain, achievement, loneliness, and growth. And now they are men who don't need anyone else's praise. That grounded self-reliance creates a gravitational pull, especially for younger women who are sick of phony confidence and ostentatious masculinity. Their presence demonstrates depth in a way that is unique to them. They don't talk much, but they seem sure of themselves since they know who they are. This isn't being arrogant to hide insecurity. It's just being honest. Older Sigmas don't dress up to look good, talk to acquire what they want, or move to make people happy. They no longer require adulation and are now the most real version of themselves. Younger women haven't met this type of man before. They are used to guys that show off their status, act like they have a personality, and follow trends. But this guy is just who he is. It's not strange that he's quiet. It makes me feel better. He is more interested in himself than in how he looks. He won't tell you he's powerful. He'll demonstrate you by how he passes examinations. He won't try to convince you that he's smart. Instead, he'll show you by not reacting to nonsense, listening, and watching. And that's the key point, being there. Not noise, not charm, not chase. Just being there, raw, steadfast, and on purpose. He can sit in a room and control it without doing anything. You can't learn that much poise in one day. He learned how to get over things without getting mad by being alone, losing everything, and having his heart broken. And because he no longer requires acceptance from others, he becomes a safe place in a world based on ego. Younger women, who are always surrounded by digital noise and emotional ups and downs, notice this change right away. They are not just concerned in how old he is, but also how peaceful he makes them feel. They see things clearly when he is calm. When he is still, they feel safe. They discover something they didn't realize they were looking for in his honesty. A man who offers everything yet asks for nothing. The older Sigma male is strong in a quiet way. He doesn't need to say how important he is since his mere presence speaks louder than words ever could. He is calm because he knows how to do things right, not because he doesn't care. And in a world that is always trying to get your attention, his calm is not just heard, it is also felt. 2. Younger women are used to getting a lot of attention, flashy signals, and too much information without even trying. After that, the older Sigma guy comes in. He's quiet, hard to read, and content with his own life. He doesn't stay silent to make an impression. He just decides how much energy to utilize. This calm, intentional silence makes people want to learn more. What's going on with him? Why doesn't he care? You don't practice this organic mystery. You earn it. 3. Older Sigmas aren't cold-hearted. They just know how to regulate their emotions. They don't get terrified, freak out, or lose control of their feelings. This kind of control isn't going away. It's getting better. They've been through pain, betrayal, and heartbreak, and it didn't break them. It made them stronger. Younger women like this emotional stability because it shows that a person is mature, dependable, and can stay calm when everything else is going wrong. 4. Older Sigma men don't talk much because they don't have anything to say. They do it because they're always thinking. They listen, think things through carefully, and only speak when they have something useful to say. By speaking this way, each word has additional meaning. Younger women, especially those who are tired of small talk, lean in to hear what this quiet man has to say. And when he speaks, it all makes sense. 5. I've survived hell energy. They don't talk about their difficulties, but you can tell they are having them. Older Sigma males have a strong energy that is calm, controlled, and proven. They didn't just survive the storms that life threw at them. They changed. They have inner strength because of how they carry themselves. Younger women can see that this man won't break under duress, and that kind of stoic strength is both comforting and exciting. 6. Not impressed by looks. The older Sigma male doesn't care about how beautiful someone is, which is what turns off a lot of younger ladies. A pretty face could get people to look, but it won't change his thinking. He has seen beauty that is dazzling, tempting, and even jaw-dropping. But he's also seen what's often underneath: emotional instability, dishonest behavior, or egos that are empty but look perfect on the outside. He has learned throughout the years that attractiveness on the surface may be deceiving. He has to adjust the way he thinks because of that hard-earned wisdom. He doesn't care about how he looks anymore because he doesn't want to impress anyone. He has gotten over that stage. He doesn't flatter you because he's honest, not mean. He doesn't say nice things to get what he wants. He watches, listens, and thinks instead. You can't get him to like you with lipstick or a pretty figure. Can only be caught via substance. This distance surprises younger women. People in this culture admire them for their appearance. But the Sigma's silent gaze that sees through them instead than at them scares them and draws them in. They want to go deeper to show that there is more to them than what you can see. That calm knowledge shifts the balance of power. All of a sudden, they aren't being chased. They are doing the chasing. But when he does talk and provides a rare, honest compliment, it hits differently. You don't do it every day. It has a meaning, because he doesn't talk only to fill the space. He talks from the heart. He notices things that most people don't, including how she holds herself, the spark of intelligence in her eyes, her self-respect, and her ability to bounce back. You never forget what a man like that says when he says anything like that. This makes him both a reflection and a test. He's not acting as most guys do. And for a lot of women, that's exactly what they didn't know they were wanting. Sigma males like beautiful things, but they don't worship them. That's not enough. Not anymore. For the Sigma male, depth is the new money. Being honest is the new beauty. And character, the kind that expresses itself slowly through actions, not performance, is the only thing that really matters to him. The Sigma male's capacity to regulate his emotions appears like gravity in a society full of individuals who desire attention and are propelled by dopamine. He doesn't have to reach out to get others to come to him. People work harder to meet his expectations, not to impress him, but to learn more about themselves. That's what makes him stand out. His lack of interest is not a rejection. It's an invitation, a call to be fully there, authentically. And for the few that do, they find a connection that is stronger, deeper, and longer-lasting than any quick spark of desire on the surface. The paradox is that he becomes unforgettable to the beautiful by not being moved by beauty. And in a world where everything is available right away, his ability to see things clearly becomes desire itself. 7. Older Sigmas can read people like novels, which is unusual. They see everything yet say nothing. They perceive everything like games, deception, and insecurity. But they won't say anything or call it out. It hurts more than any sermon when they just quietly pull away. Their silence is like a mirror that makes people think. This calm responsibility is particularly alluring to younger women, especially those who are used to playing emotional games. 8. Older Sigma males don't go after stuff. They show freedom, not neediness. They don't beg for goods. They don't want to be noticed. They are quite good at taking care of themselves. Some people want to be liked, but they go their own way, slowly, methodically, and alone. It's okay if you want to walk next to them. If not, they keep going. Younger women like to be around them since they can control their feelings. Not because he needs them, but because he doesn't. 9. They don't want to be distinctive. They are naturally rare. That's exactly how they are. In a world where everyone wants to be seen, senior Sigmas don't care about being in the spotlight. You can't pretend to be that real. Younger women, who are usually around well-chosen people, recognize how rare this is. It's like finding a gem that hasn't been touched, raw, real, and quietly strong. 10. They show, not tell. Older Sigma men don't talk about how great they are. They don't talk about other people or brag about themselves. They are still living. Their peacefulness, how people treat them, and how quiet they are all reveal their experience without their having to say anything. That quiet strength and humility draw younger women to him. In a society where everyone is always trying to impress, a man who just is becomes very interesting. 11. Older Sigma males have something that most people today don't even aware they've lost. A real reprieve from the digital rat race. They don't spend all day looking through their feeds, editing selfies for Instagram, or making moments for other people to witness. Their reality is analog, based on real-world presence, depth, and meaning. They don't publish to obtain likes. They want to know the truth. You have a sense of mystery and depth that digital personas can't equal since you don't care about the algorithm-driven circus of modern life. There are filters, likes, and well-crafted captions all across the world, but the Sigma guy remains serene, unmoved, and unimpressed. And women, especially younger women who are tired of shallow relationships, can tell right immediately. It not only gives you energy, but it also maintains everything stable. A lot of guys modify who they are to obtain accolades, but the Sigma doesn't want to play the game. This seems like a protest against anything artificial. He isn't out here trying to get hearts on a screen. He has a goal in life. If he shares something, it's probably something rare, essential, and it says more in one photograph than 100 photo shoots could. He creates genuine things, builds real relationships, and lives in his own mind, not in a society where hashtags and sensationalism govern everything. When a younger woman talks to him, it's evident that something is different. People aren't judging her based on how many people follow her or how gorgeous she is. People are really noticing her enthusiasm, intelligence, and presence. Younger women don't typically get that kind of focused attention without internet distractions, and it establishes a relationship that is stronger than any online chemistry. More than that, the fact that he doesn't require other people's approval online shows that he knows who he is. He doesn't need anyone else to tell him he's good enough. He's not doing what he's supposed to do. He doesn't get likes to prove that he is worth something. He gives himself confidence by thinking about his life, tackling problems, and being honest. That level of self-assurance, independence, and focus is really appealing. It has a serene power that says, I know who I am, and I don't need to be seen to exist. In a world that can't stop talking about itself, the Sigma male's stillness slices through the noise like a knife. The funny thing is, that calm is what sets him apart. Not because he's trying, but because people, especially younger women, are so hungry for the truth. When a real person walks into the room, calm and collected, it draws more attention than all the artificial fireworks put together. 12. They get older like oak trees that have been hit by a storm. Some older Sigma males are proud of getting older. They don't try to hide their gray hair, wrinkles, or slower steps. Instead, they embrace them since every line on their face and scar on their body tells the story of a life well lived. They've been through tough times, heartache, and uncertainty without ever asking time to slow down or pretending to be someone else. They didn't desperately look for youth. Instead, they grew up with grace. In a world that is fascinated with traveling back in time, this natural acceptance of getting older makes them stand out. You won't see them buying sports cars in the throes of a midlife crisis or receiving Botox shots to stay young. They don't have to keep up with younger men because they already know who they are. They are attractive because they are there, not because they do well. They walk, converse, and keep calm while others try to get their favor, which shows that they have years of wisdom like armor. Younger women particularly notice this difference. These men are older, but they've also been through a lot. They have loved and lost, failed and gotten back up, dreamed and rebuilt. They don't talk about what they know. They live it. A man who is sure of his age and doesn't apologize for it is naturally attractive. People want to get to know him because he knows who he is. People's clothes convey a lot about them. There is no overdoing it or following trends. Their style is simple, sculpted by time, and polished by who they are. A rugged jacket with a story, boots that have been through storms, and a look that indicates he's gone through a lot and come out stronger. The Sigma guy doesn't think getting older is bad. He thinks it's good. He gets more focused, less tolerant of stupidity, more picky about how he spends his time, and stronger when he doesn't say anything every year. And that raw, honest edge doesn't just attract in younger women. It grabs their attention. A lot of individuals wish to go back in time, but this man doesn't have to. What makes him better is his age. He doesn't worry about the future or make the past sound better than it was. He is here now, stable, present, and grounded. People who are attempting to go through the emotional ups and downs of modern life look to that sense of being rooted as a guide. You shouldn't feel bad for him getting older. You should respect it. You don't get strong by striving to be young. You get strong by knowing where you've been and who you've become. The older Sigma man is like an oak tree that has been through a lot of storms. It is weathered but still standing, damaged but not broken. And there is something that no amount of beautiful skin, a gym membership, or a filter can ever beat. Last words, older Sigma males sometimes don't realize how much their calm, steady energy shines out in a world full of tumult. Younger women, who are often overwhelmed by noise and performance, find comfort in the quiet strength of these men. Their age or skill doesn't just make them appear attractive. They pull you in because they are real. They live passionately, speak with purpose, and walk through life with a confidence that doesn't need to be explained. And in a culture that likes the superficial, it's hard to avoid being authentic.